everyone, and welcome back to this, our final episode of Sports Update for the 2023-2024 season.
This is our last episode, so today should be a good one. So first off, we have volleyball and with Finley Knapp, and this is the boys volleyball season, and this is a different one from the girls season earlier. The girls season did well, so let's see how the boys volleyball is doing with Finley Knapp.
Hi, I'm Finley Knapp, and this is Wayland Sports Update. Today I'm going to be taking you through the Wayland boys volleyball team. Roll the clip. Wayland boys volleyball has had an impressive season so far. As of June 5th, their record is 12 wins and 8 losses. Wayland volleyball has the second hardest schedule in the state, so their few losses were against the top teams, which boosted their ranking. The captains of this year's team are seniors Joe Kelly and Joey Burke, and sophomore Finn Bell. Finn leads the team in kills, averaging 16.8 per game. He was also named co-MVP of the DCL, making him the youngest MVP in dual county league history, according to head coach Philip George. Captain Joey Burke was named an all-conference player, and junior Liam Frenzel and Captain Joe Kelly were both named DCL All-Stars. Players to watch out for next season are Captain Finn Bell, Liam Frenzel, and sophomore Dylan Engelhart, who leads the team in blocks. Volleyball is continuing on with their strong playoff run and are currently preparing for their Elite Eight game versus Chicopee.
Man, boys volleyball, they did a great job out there. You know, you really got to applaud the effort from seniors, Gianluca Way, Joe Kelly really putting it all out there. I know
Totally.
I know that Gianluca actually hurt his foot. He was in my Spanish class. He was telling me about that. Looked painful, but really just shows the dedication of the team. And speaking of dedicated teams, lacrosse, they're one of the most devoted group of people I've ever seen, both boys and girls. They are super intense. They are playing their all out there. I know nothing about lacrosse, but I do know someone who does, which would be Carolina Sadoya, who will take us through the girls' lacrosse season. I forgot who said it.
Hi, my name is Carolina Stoya. The girls lacrosse team was 4th seed in the state tournament and have been steadily moving through the playoffs. Right now, they're in the girls' Elite 8. Let's check out the clip. The girls lacrosse team finished the season with a 9-9 record. Their favorite part of being on the team is the team environment because they all build each other up and constantly challenge each other. The current captains for the 2024 season were Maggie Melander and Lily Mealy. Their top goal scorer was Jill Mealy, and their top draw control was Lily Cern and Finley Knapp. Players to look forward to next year are Jillian Mealy, Finley Knapp, Jane Tardif, and Zoe Roy. Jillian Mealy stood out this year with over 100 goals and is definitely someone to look for next year.
Thank you so much, Carolina. And now we're going to talk a little bit about boys lacrosse. Boys lacrosse, I think, also had a good season, right? They made it into the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I heard they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, here to talk about it is Jaden Kaufman.
Hi, I'm Jaden Kaufman. The boys Wayland lacrosse team finished with a record of 5-11. Some players to watch out for next year are Cole Duffy, Braden Licklider, Ethan Askey, and Elliot Cooper-Smith. Let's see the highlights.
The 2023-2024 Wayland boys lacrosse team finished the season with a record of 5-11. They were led by head coach Tony Marzilli and defensive coach Joe Linehan. There were 4 captains this year, 3 being juniors and 1 being a senior. They were Donovan Mason, Braden Licklider, Luke Galizio, and senior Charlie Lieb. The team was pretty young this year, mostly being ran by juniors and sophomores, but the seniors played a big role on the team. I spoke with Captain Braden Licklider on how he thought the season went. He said, obviously we went into the season hoping to have a better record, but next year will hopefully be a lot better because we will have a lot of starters coming back. When asked about his favorite part of the season, he said that the team dinners every week had to be the best part because the team got to bond, play games, and have amazing food. Wayland had 3 people to win awards, with Donovan Mason and Braden Licklider winning DCL All-Star and Charlie Lieb with DCL All-Conference.
Man, what a strong showing from both teams. Lacrosse is just, one of those spring sports that I always look forward to hearing about. I'm on the baseball team, so I always hear them warming up and getting ready, and it's always exciting. You're over there and you're getting hyped for something I never even get to see. But it's a great sport, and I really respect everyone who does it. Speaking of great sports, and speaking of baseball, which I was a part of, baseball is also a spring sport, and we did a really good job for the most part, and I'm really happy with how it all went. And we got Max Dresens now to kind of recap the whole thing for us.
Hi, I'm Max Dresens. With a lot of young players, the baseball team has a bright future. Let's look at the video.
The baseball team finished with a record of 5-15, missing the playoffs. The team was led by the captains Ezra Weiner, Finn Bumstead, and Luke Chisholm. The team was very close this year. Junior Desi Ward says his favorite part about this team was the jokes they would make together. Ward unfortunately suffered a season-ending knee injury, but is looking to come back strong for his senior season. The team's highlight was junior Owen Finnegan's walk-off against Concord Carlisle. Finnegan was the team's best player and won DCL All-League. Finn Bumstead and Maddie Johansson both won DCL All-Star. Some other players to look out for next season are Desi Ward, Maddie Johansson, and Luke Chisholm.
And there you have it. I think the star performance of the season has to be from Maddie Johansson, hitting 3 home runs in one season, which is a feat in itself, and he did it at different fields, all different lengths, like in terms of where the fence is. Really, really impressive, really strong showing. And I mean, home runs, those are like really, really hard to do.
You know what's even harder? A grand slam. Avery Unuma is going to talk about the girls softball season and the grand slam by Katie Praley.
Hi, my name's Avery Unuma and I'm covering varsity softball. They ended with a solid record of 7-6. Let's see it.
The softball team had a great season this spring, ending with a record of 7-6. The captains for this year were seniors Katie Prowley and Kira Lefebvre. The team's best game of the season was versus Bedford. Sophomore Sophia Beckett says Bedford is a very good team and Wayland kept up their energy and it ended up being a close game. Sophomore Aubrey Calabro says her favorite part about being on the team was getting to know the upperclassmen and how well the team connected and played together. Sophomore Sophia Beckett said her favorite thing about the team was the competition between the girls and how hard everyone worked. DCL All-Stars were Katie Prowley, Kelsey Kaufman, and Sophia Beckett with the DCL All-Star Conference Award. As for next season, make sure to keep an eye out for rising juniors Aubrey Calabro, Kelsey Kaufman, and Sophia Beckett, as well as rising sophomores Alexa Mazakopoulos and Ryan Furtman.
Great job, softball. Really impressive work. You know, baseball, softball, a lot of similarities, but they are different sports. And, you know, there's another similar sport that gets played a lot during the spring, which is tennis, which, you know, you're hitting a ball with a racket instead of a bat. And you don't catch it because that's against the rules. Speaking about girls tennis now is Kaylin Donahue.
Hi, I'm Kaylin Donahue. The girls varsity tennis team had a new coach this year but adjusted quickly. On to the highlights.
The girls varsity tennis team finished with a record of 5-6 and were the 6th seed in Division II with a first-round bye. They unfortunately lost in the round of 8 to Westboro. The captains of this season were seniors Missy Prince, Kira Spooner, Callie Proctor, and Selena Liu. Junior Andy Newton said the team had a very good mix of talented individuals who developed together and helped the team advance to the playoffs. The players who played singles were junior Olivia Todd, senior Kira Spooner, and senior Selena Liu. The girls who played for doubles were Yumi Nimi, Arya Sami, Emmy Nimi, and Ava Konorenko. The DCL All-Stars from this season were Olivia Todd and Yumi Nimi, who won dual county All-Stars. As for next season, make sure to look out for rising seniors Andy Newton and Olivia Todd and rising junior Ava Konorenko.
Thank you, Kaylin. Now we're going to head on over to boys tennis. Boys tennis was great last year. They actually won their state championship. Moving on, we have boys tennis with Ben Wright.
Hi, I'm Ben Wright. With the boys Wayland tennis team winning yesterday on June 5th against Hopkinton, they sent themselves into the Division II Final Four states. So let's get into their season now.
With the boys tennis team winning states with back-to-back the past 2 years, the boys team had switched this year, playing Division II instead of Division III. Even with the change, the boys still performed with a record of 7-5 and being a 4th seed going into states. The captains for the team were Jeffrey Zhang, Josh Proctor, and Brendan Itt. I asked Kailash Srinivasan, a senior on the team, what his favorite moment from the season was. And he said it was a match against Hopkinton where the team had lost the first set 4-6 after being up 4-2. And then they went on to win the second set 6-4, and that carried the momentum into the tiebreaker to win 10-5.
Great job, tennis. You know, one thing that's really unexpected about tennis, and I didn't know this until I played a pickup game with a friend of mine, tennis is exhausting. There is so much more running involved than you think. Like, it is actually a very, very tiring sport.
It's a small court. You wouldn't think it would be that much running.
But there's a ton of running. Track and field. Jared's going to take us through their season now.
Hi, my name is Jared Lappin, The Wayland track and field team hit the ground running, and both the boys and girls had a record of 2-4 this year. Let's get to the highlights. This year, for the Wayland track and field team, the captains for the boys team were Giovanni Sebastianelli, Sam Brooks, Jack Harrigan, Daniel Narvez, Shaylin Desi, Zach Goldstein. The girls' captains were Julia DeGreiner, Annika Fruitman, Ella Harris, Tasha Janoff, Elena Mente, Haley Shaw. The DCL All-Stars were Ryan McCormick and Daniel Narvez for the boys' team. And for the girls, it was Caitlin Hughesmith and Elena Mente. The returning players for the boys are Luke DiPietro-Froyo, Max Drezens, Berger Walton, Michael Caulfield, Ryan McCormick, Atticus DeGreener, Tristan Norgard, Peyton Moran. Returning players for the girls are Caitlin Hughesmith, Sadie Rentmore, Caitlin Schroth, Katie White, and Emma Haag.
While we're on the topic of summer sports, we have sailing, which is on the water, so, great fun with that. Love being on the water, very summery, very spring. Here with that, we have Zoe Middlestead.
Hi, I'm Zoe Middlestead. The sailing team had a lot of fun on the water this year. Let's watch the highlights.
The sailing team started about 20 years ago and is not very well known at Wayland High School. Initially, the team recruited Boy Scouts to compete due to a shortage of participants. This year, Coach Chase joined as the new coach and when interviewed emphasized the strategic elements of the sport, such as trying to cut off other boats and run each other off the course. The team consists of 15 members, with notable returning players for next season, Felix Zapp, a junior, and Simon Shade, a sophomore. Their team went 1-7 this year, and although they are not a DCL or MIA sport, they compete against many private schools at Lake Cotichuet and other lakes that the team travels to. Some teams they compete against include middle school participants because of a shortage of sailors. This season's highlight was Captain Ben Cadu finishing 5th at the North Shore Fleet Race, sailing with Jack Bennett.
Man, sailing takes me away to where I always dreamed it could be.
Margaritaville.
What? That was not the song I was referencing, but that's okay.
No, I was just thinking on the beach.
Margaritaville, sure, yeah. Speaking of spring, summer things, who doesn't love tossing a frisbee at the beach with a pal? Well, I didn't know this until recently. There's actually a way you can competitively do that with your friends. It's called Ultimate Frisbee, which makes sense. And now we have Ridley Keegan to take us through their season.
Hi, I'm Ridley Keegan. I'm here to take you through the Ultimate Frisbee season. They had a really interesting season going 5-5. Let's roll the highlights.
Ultimate Frisbee is a 7v7 sport that has a unique aspect in that there are no referees and the games are refereed by players on the field. The games are first to 15 points with a halftime at 8 points, and each score is worth 1 point. Ultimate Frisbee is a club sport at Wayland High School that was introduced in 2017. They are coached by Coach P and Mr. Wong. The captains for the 2024 season were seniors Thomas Kiernan and Liam Wong. The highlight of their season was their 2 wins against Weston, one of which being the last game of the season on Weston's turf. I asked senior captain Thomas Kiernan what he enjoyed most about Ultimate Frisbee, and he said, "I really enjoy the competitive and social aspects of Ultimate Frisbee, which create a very fun environment." Finally, one player you should look out for next season is Devlin Murray. He plays competitive disc golf and has a bright future in Ultimate Frisbee. They did not make the state tournament this year, but are looking forward to another exciting season next year, hopefully building on some of the momentum they got in their final win at Weston.
And now we're coming up on graduation. Myself and other senior broadcaster Ben Wright, we're both very excited. But one thing I heard about recently is that on the crew team, there's a group of seniors, Ava Balukonis, Sophie Roman, Lulu Kazlas, and Maddie Janis. They're all D1 committed varsity athletes for crew. They're going to college for it, and they're going to nationals right now. They won't be able to walk at graduation. They're that dedicated. And it's really a testament to the sport. I mean,
gotta love dedicated athletes.
Absolutely. And crew is one of those things where it's like similar to sailing, except you don't have a sail. It's more like a rowboat, and there's like a bunch of people in the rowboat, kind of like lined up. It's you're rowing, and you have somebody who sits at the front, and then they call it through like a megaphone. And everybody else rows in unison.
Yeah.
And then it's really, really impressive. And I'm very impressed by our collegiate athletes. Congratulations to them. They're having a great season. Clearly, they're going to nationals. Best of luck to them at nationals. I hope they do really, really well. Great job.
Yeah, and I would also like to, while we're on the topic of thanking people, I'd like to thank everyone who are lovely hosts that all went through the sports. I'd also like to thank Brendan. Brendan will be leaving us because he's a senior. And Brendan, we'd like to thank you for all of our work. Oh yeah, Ben, he's off camera, but we would like to thank you, Brendan, for all of your help. WSB will miss you.
Thank you. Ben Wright, shout out to that guy, great guy. The two of us were very excited to go on to college. It's going to be a great time. Speaking of awesome things to talk about at the end here, sports broadcasting has won the first ever silver telly for Waycam as a studio. We did our broadcast of the Bedford Wayland football game this fall was submitted, and it won the Silver Telly Award, which is just super, super impressive. So a huge congrats to everybody involved in that. It's an absolute testament to your dedication, and you did a great job.
The hard work of all of our hosts here.
Absolutely. So. Congratulations to everyone involved. And with that, I'm Brendan Hines, signing off for the last time.
And I'm Chloe Zalembo. Thank you, everyone.